Here you go, Garrett, to your left. Hey, Garrett, good morning. AP instead of AP as we see it. Garrett, what do you like to tell people about this LSU team and the wide receivers and also about the running game this year that might be different?
Yeah. Well, for one, just in general about the team, I think it's the closest team that I've ever been on at LSU, just as far as the brotherhood and the camaraderie within the locker room. As far as the receiver room, I mean, I don't think that we have a receiver that runs over a 4.4. So that's exciting. A lot of versatility and a lot of speed. And, the run game, I think, has been a big emphasis for us in improving in that area. And I think you'll see a lot of versatility just as far as getting guys the ball in different ways.
Right side, third row.
Garrett, you guys added both Nick Anderson and Bauer Sharp from Oklahoma. What do both of those guys add to you guys' offense?
Yeah, I mean, both of those guys are unbelievable players. And so I'll say for one, Bauer has kind of added another level of backbone to our offense. And that type of mindset that he has, he's ready to take somebody's face off. And he can make plays, and he's electric with the ball in his hand. And Nick, on the other hand, is around the same way. He's very electric, very, very good football player, and makes plays on the ball in the air that are unbelievable. And so for him and me, it's just been about getting our chemistry down and the timing and getting on the same page of things. And, that's what the summer's been for and the spring ball. So very excited for Nick. Looking forward to what he's going to be able to put out this year.
Second row.
Garrett, you're going into your second full season as a starter. Talk about just how much you've learned and developed personally as a player. Obviously, you guys have big goals as a team this year, but you as a quarterback.
Yeah, well, for one, just having last year to be able to go back on now and watch, study. This entire offseason has been about that for me, just watching all parts of the game, seeing the areas where I need to be critical on myself on and improve at, and whether it's taking care of the football or using my legs more in situations that I need to, but it's also been about seeing the things I did well also, having confidence in that and confidence that this is what I was able to do in year one, and now it's just all I got to do is raise the floor, and I think that obviously my goals are team goals, and so I think that me being the best version of myself that I can be will hopefully lead us into the team goals.
Right side, fourth row.
Hey, Garrett. It's Jada Ferris with WAFB in Baton Rouge. You said a couple of weeks ago, you're not Joe, you're not Jaden, I'm me. How important is individuality to you, especially letting people know the kind of quarterback you are?
Yeah, it's huge to me. I think obviously with the track record that LSU quarterbacks have in the past, it's not a thing of disrespect. I have a lot of respect for Jaden, a lot of respect for Joe, and what they were able to accomplish in their second years, and also, respectively in their first years as well. But, as I've said before, at the end of the day, I'm me. I'm Garrett Nussmeier. I'm a son of Christ. I'm a follower of God, and that's who I am. That's who God made me to be, and I'm worried about improving myself, being the best that I can be in order to help lead us to where we want to go.
Third row in the middle.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX and College Station. Just curious your thoughts on Marcel Reed, and you kind of worked with him with the Manning Passing Academy. Did you guys also talk about the game last year?
Yeah,
in college?
not too much. I might have made a couple jokes in there. I think I told him that I gave it to him or something like that, and I was like, "You're welcome," or something like that, and we had a laugh. But he's a good football player, obviously. He can make plays with his feet and also with his arm, and so very excited for him. He's a great dude, great person. I'm looking forward to watching him this year.
Middle, fourth row.
Trevor Denton, Way 31. What excites you the most about getting another opportunity to play in Tuscaloosa, but this time as the starting quarterback?
Yeah, obviously Bryant Denny, I have memories of, when I was a kid, being around that building and that stadium. My dad was there, and some of my greatest experiences of my childhood were while we were with Alabama. So there's a lot of, backhanded love. It's a hatred, but it's also, it'll always hold a special place in my heart. And so anytime I get an opportunity to go back to a place that I lived and play on that field, it's the same when I was able to go back to Gainesville last year and play in the Swamp. I have memories playing there. I have memories, training on the stadium field and things like that. So it's really cool. Something that helped me a lot, when I was younger, is having those experiences and no moment being too big because I was blessed enough to be around the game and things like that. So obviously very much looking forward to going back to Tuscaloosa this year.
Front row. And then pass it to your left, both of you.
Hey, Garrett. David Cloninger, Charleston Post and Courier. The South Carolina LSU game last year. It had a lot of close plays, some flags that people still question. What do you remember about the game? And then the hit on you that wiped a pick six. What do you remember about that play and the explanation?
Yeah, I mean, that happened for sure. But I also remember getting the ball back on the 50 and taking it down and scoring to win the football game. So at the end of the day, the LSU Tigers won. And so obviously that was a great environment, really cool experience. It was loud, it was electric, it was really cool. And so a great memory for me, my first road win as a starter, first road win. So exciting. And yeah, the hit happened. It is what it is. So,
Front row.
Dick Cox with Lindy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting. Your season's opener is being battled, the battle of the Tigers for the battle for the real Death Valley. And it's even thrown in now with you personally about you versus Klubnik there, that both of you are listed the top of the All-American list, though. But what's your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, for one, at the end of the day, it's the LSU Tigers versus the Clemson Tigers, and that's what I'm focused on. And there's no me versus Cade or anything like that. Cade's an unbelievable football player, and he's a very special talent. And Clemson's a very good football team, and that stadium is a very, very awesome environment as well. So I'd say it's more of a welcoming of that opportunity to be able to go into a place like that on primetime television at 7 o'clock and, just put it all out there. I think there's been an emphasis for us as a team, a total switch of mindset to go 1-0 and to focus on that. There's no hiding from the fact that we've lost the last 5 openers. And that's something that we've acknowledged and we've accepted, and I think we've changed the way we think in order to make that correction.
Right side, second row.
Alex Byington on 3. You room with Arch at the MPA. Just from what you know about him personally, what are your thoughts about him taking over as the QB1? And in general, the quarterback class here in the SEC this year, Arch, you, Lenoris, several others, that'd be a long list. But what do you think about the class in general?
Yeah, no, obviously I love Arch. He's a great dude, great player. I'm really excited for him. He kind of went through a similar experience that I had to go through and waiting for your time and, waiting for your opportunity. And I think that, he's very prepared. Obviously, he comes from a very prestigious family who understands the game very well, more than most, obviously. But I'm very excited for him. I think he's going to do very well. His mindset is great. He doesn't feel like he's earned anything, even though I believe he already has, because of the type of player he is. So I'm excited to watch him go prove it, and I'm really rooting for him.
Left side, back row.
Garrett, kind of along those same lines with Lenoris Sellers. Obviously, you're seeing him in SEC play and at the Manning Passing Academy. Just what is your evaluation of his talent as a fellow SEC quarterback? Yeah,
he's an unbelievable player. His ability to extend plays and make plays outside the pocket is special. And also, I think some people don't realize how good of a passer he is as well. He's a pure thrower of the football, and he can rip it. And so he's a great dude as well. Getting to spend time with him as well at the Manning camp and get to know him. And so another player that I'm really excited to watch this year, and hope he has a great season.
Middle, back.
Garrett, highly successful first season as LSU starter. What have you been focusing on as far as improving your game this offseason?
Yeah, well, I think for one, there's no hiding from the turnovers, and I think it's more of an understanding of, the way I am as a player, as an anticipation passer. There's going to be some interceptions. The ones that I need to eliminate are the ones that don't need to happen, the ones where I'm trying to do too much, the ones where I'm trying to make a play when I don't need to. And I think it ties into my growth as well, and I've really bought into trying to change my body makeup and being able to be more durable, to be able to run, to be able to make plays with my feet as well. And I think, there are times last year where I may have made a mistake that if I would have just put my head down and gone and got back to the line of scrimmage or went and ran for 3 yards and slid, it would have been a different outcome. So all of them tie together, and there are also many ways that I'm trying to grow as well and be better as a player. And as I said before, it's more about just becoming more well-rounded and raising the floor.
One last question, real quick, second row.
Keeby Huggins, WFB Baton Rouge. Chris Hilton, you guys both came in together, both in your 50 years, but this is the first year you finally have a fully healthy Chris Hilton. What should we expect out of you guys this year?
Yeah, I think last year, if you'd asked me the same question, everybody was raving about how good of a player Chris was. And the injury that caused him to not be able to show everybody kind of was a setback for him. And I'm super proud of him and the way that he attacked his rehab and getting back. And I think at the end of the year, you saw the Chris Hilton that we were talking about. about. Chris is a special player. I mean, his speed on top of his quickness and his catch and run ability, on top of his ability to go make plays on the football, it's special. Obviously, Chris, I came in with Chris out of high school, and he's somebody that I'll always have a good relationship with, and I'll always be rooting for him. But I think what you're going to see this year is more of a complete Chris Hilton. And he's really, really, just bought into continuing to get better, to continuing to build off the confidence that he gained at the end of the season last year. And I think Chris really, if you look at all the healthy games Chris has played, my first start in the ReliaQuest Bowl in 2023, and then, or I guess it was 2024, and then you look at the last 3 games of last season, and even the bowl game this year. Chris was able to make plays vertically every single time, and not only vertically, but also intermediate, and even in the quick game as well. I think he has really grown as a complete and total receiver. So very excited for him this fall.
Garrett, thank you very much.
Yep, thank you for having me. God bless.